Alright guys, so news came out today, and the news is about Mortal Kombat 11 and the state of it. The official Mortal Kombat account, checkmark and all, has said NetherRealm is now focusing on its next project, and after more than 2 years of supporting Mortal Kombat 11, DLC for the game, including characters, has come to an end. So, that's essentially the official stamp of no extra content coming out here. It's essentially, it's been confirmed by Mortal Kombat NetherRealm themselves. Like, I feel like technically they said DLC for the game, including characters, has come to an end. So technically they could still patch it, but I feel like this tweet basically means it's done. This basically means it's done. It means that Mortal Kombat is essentially done getting any kind of additional support from the game, which is kind of unfortunate because, you know, it's one of those things like they said that they were gonna break the mold and support MK11 a lot longer than any of their previous games. And I feel like this tweet is a little bit misleading because it says that after more than 2 years of supporting Mortal Kombat 11, it's like the last big update actually came out in like November of 2020. They've had little things here and there, but the last big update was in like November, December or so of last year when like the last Combat Pack 2 characters dropped. I feel like they didn't actually support the game for a full 2 years type of thing. I would have liked for them to have made this announcement a lot sooner because I feel like they really could have. And we've kind of been waiting around a lot, trying to see what's their next plan, what's the next move. But ultimately, it is good that we got some kind of news from them. It's nice to have the clarification. It's nice to have this type of tweet so we know not to expect more stuff for the game. Because like, even if you look at the character select screen over here, like, there's 2 spots up there. They could have put some characters in. They could have shifted these guys around on the bottom and put an extra 3 characters in there if they wanted to. I feel like the roster looks like it's missing. It looks like it's empty. It looks like something else should be here, but it's not. And it's too bad. It's too bad. Yeah, buff Devora. Devora will forever be low tier in Mortal Kombat 11. I don't know if this means the game's dead, though. Like, if you think about what the state of past NRS titles were at this point in their life, like 2 years after the game came out. Well, 2 years after the game came out, the games technically would have been dead by now. Dead in terms of like people playing, because everyone would have moved on to the next game. But even so, like if you look at like streaming numbers and stuff, they're honestly pretty decent overall. Like numbers have never been as good as they've been for an NRS game this late after the game has dropped. So I feel like as long as people are still watching on stream, as long as people are still doing tournaments, which there are a lot of tournaments to compete in still, it doesn't mean the game's dead yet, but I am very excited. I am still very excited to see what the next project is, because a lot of people are talking about Marvel vs. DC being that next project. Some people are saying Injustice 3. Honestly, I'd be very, very happy with either or if they were to announce Injustice 3 or Marvel vs. DC. But I would love some official confirmation now of what they're working on next. I really hope it comes sometime soon, like before the end of the year. Ideally before the end of the summer would be great, but I really don't know if we can realistically expect that. So yeah, that's the news from NRS. That's the news from NRS now. Spidey versus Flash, too lit, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm super down for it. Like, I do want them to give us details of what they're working on next. It is unfortunate that they are going to stop on MK because, honestly, I feel like there's a lot of, like, I think Mortal Kombat 11, honestly, I feel like overall, it's a good game that just could have a couple tweaks to make it that much better. You know, like slot values, for example, for different moves, a lot of them aren't well balanced, in my opinion. A lot of them should be changed for their certain values for different things. But overall, it's pretty good. Like, the game's good. But man, like stuff like the mistakeaways, changing the input for something like that, little things like that could have been addressed, in my opinion, and could have just pushed the game a little bit further, made it a little bit better. But overall, honestly, the game's really good. I'm still planning to play it. I'm still planning to stream it. Like, this news doesn't mean I'm not going to play Mortal Kombat anymore. I'm still going to be playing it, and I'll still be competing in tournaments and stuff. But yeah, overall, it is disappointing that there's not going to be having any more DLC. I would have loved if they just gave us a KP3, you know, with a big patch, and then gave us the announcement that they're done. That would have been a lot more acceptable type of, like, you know, it'd be a lot easier for us to digest that type of news. But overall, you know, it is what it is. I'm not that surprised, to be honest. Like, my thoughts of whether or not new DLC was coming was most likely not, but I'd be happy if it would happen. So I'm really not that surprised that we're not going to be getting anything new for MK coming up. But yeah, I am excited to see what they work on next, and hopefully something good. Hopefully it's Marvel vs. DC, because that game could break all sorts of records, in my opinion, if they were to make something like that. So maybe the next one, but yeah, that's the news, guys. That's the news on what's going on with Mortal Kombat as of now. Is it dead? It's up to you guys, honestly. It's up to the community. It's up to the people that are streaming to continue to stream. It's up to the viewers to continue to watch. It's up to the people doing tournaments to continue hosting tournaments and people competing in tournaments. As long as that happens, Mortal Kombat, I think, could and should still be living until at least the next NRS game comes out, in my opinion. I feel like ideally that's what should happen here. I feel like we should at least try to still support the game, still continue to play in tournaments and stuff. I'm going to anyways, at least until the next game comes out. So that's what it is. And that's the tea with Honeybee, as said then. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what your thoughts are on Mortal Kombat officially announcing that there's nothing new coming for the game.